Bring them down here, Lacey. Let's do that. I caught myself off guard. What in the world, Mama did?
It's the Weaver Family Children's Sermon. How about that? How about that?
Hey. Hello, boys and girls.
So cute.
Dad and son are kind of dressed alike. They're kind of like cowboys. Miss Terry just mad at me when I call those kind of shirts cowboy shirts, Sean. But I assume did your wife dress you this morning? She pick out your clothes?
She didn't.
She didn't?
Very too much I heard her.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? I have a rope object lesson today. I'm going to be preaching a message with one of all things. Two of Jesus' disciples came up to Jesus and said, there were two brothers. Brothers can get into a lot of trouble together if they're on the same side. And that probably doesn't happen often, always. But these two brothers came up to Jesus and they say, one of us wants to be your number one guy, and the other wants to be your number two guy, your left hand and your right hand man. We're asking for a promotion. And so, boy, I think that takes a lot of gall. It reminds me again that the disciples were probably very young. Your kids ask you for things sometimes. They're probably getting to the age right now where they can kind of let you know what they want and what they're looking for and what they need. And they can be pretty demanding. Let me show you something. I've got 3 pieces of rope. I've got a very long piece of rope and a piece of rope that's a little bit shorter. Can you see that? And a little tiny piece of rope. Look at that. Now, I'm going to line these up. Watch them carefully. And I want you to keep in mind that they're all different sizes. All different sizes. I saw a video a couple of weeks ago where this little boy, he had one of those little games where it was a box, a plastic box, and the lid had star shapes in it, squares and rectangles, and plus signs. And he had these blocks, and they were shaped like that, and he was supposed to be trying to put them in there, and he was really getting aggravated. He was really, and so he just took the lid off and started putting them in there like that. So I think that's the way to go. All right, well, look at this. Can you see that? Look at there. And I'm going to see if I can make all of these pieces of rope the same size. Here. There's a little one, a little bit bigger one, and a very long one. See there? There's still a little bit of problem there. Let me see if I can change it. All right, now look. There's one, and it's that long. Let's compare it to the other one. And there are two. They're the same size, and they're all the same size as that one. It wasn't.
Wow.
Now, I'm going to tie these together. When the Lord sees us, He doesn't see somebody that's a big, short, tall. He doesn't have criteria. He doesn't think of tall people and short people. Or he wants us all to be one. He wants us all to kind of come together. I've tied these two pieces of rope together. Let me tie these together. For kids this age, you kind of need to have music or noise or loud cymbals or something. Look at there. Now I've tied all 3 of these pieces of rope together. This one is the same size as this one. I'm going to wrap it around my finger just like that. Right? Wrap it around my hand. I think I've got an 8-pin here in my pocket. I'm going to kind of weld everything together right there just like that. So you have just one long piece of rope then.
Wow.
You You need rope like this for tying the kids up when you need to break. You need more rope than this, though. You're just excellent. Thank you. Didn't wiggle hardly any at all. I don't know if you remember that lesson, but you remember that Brother John sat and talked to you one time like he thought it was like you were important. Remember that. Okay, now Andy, I'm sorry.